Yeah, baby. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Milan Coast to Coast. I'm Fab. That's your boy G right there. Gio, how are we doing this week, baby?
We good, man. We ending March Madness on a bang, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Because you know what? March has been a good month for us as Milan fans. Maybe not so much as Italy fans, but we're going to move on from that. We'll pivot out of that shit. And we're going to be talking about our beloved squad, right? So before we get into anything, G, our hot topic so far, we got to say it's basically the topic of the day because it looks like they're about to drop an early April Fool's on us. And by the way, this episode is episode 6 of our podcast. It's the fourth jersey and the final 8, baby. And of course, I'm talking about what else am I talking about? I'm talking about the fucking fourth jersey. That's what everybody's talking about. So there's been a little bit of things out there, and we saw a bit of a concept art, and everybody thought, no way. This has to be some bullshit that somebody put out, right? And we thought, okay, that can't be real. That can't be real. Then somebody spotted this shit today. Now, I don't know, G. I see this. It's a train, right? They had this maybe riding around on the subways over there in Milan. This kind of looks like the stupid jersey we saw, right?
Yeah, Fabio, man. They stealing people's ideas, man. See, they think that Milan ain't listening. That resembles, they just put it on a train, right? But just
That's
resembles
true.
the bus that David Fonta
Oh,
started.
shit!
And Mark, the ticket collector from Milan Club Boston, that's what that is. They just put it on the train and think that we wouldn't notice that they stealing their
Are
ideas.
you kidding me? What an idea, bro. I didn't even think about that shit. They used our bus idea from the Fanta bus, and they fucking slapped that shit on a train. I didn't even know. Damn, man, that's why you like some detective shit. I would never thought about that. But honestly, so now that I see it, I'm like, oh fuck, man. And right from this picture, G, if you zoom up a little, let me see if I can this bigger. I'm gonna take us off this so we can get it as close as possible. So you see what's going on here in this picture, right? It looks like when you look at it. Like, is that the skyline? No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the skyline. That is some corny ass shit that they just splattered on. And then today, it seems to be like it's 100%. This is what's going to be happening. So let's just get straight to the picture right here. The fucking fourth kit itself. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our normal jersey, but it seems like somebody went a little white paint happy. And for some reason, they just thought it was a good idea to dip the top and the bottom of the shirt in white paint. Gee. Please tell me you don't like this jersey.
Fabio, I'm a shirt collector, but Timmy's actually asking for the link.
Oh,
Send
shit.
him the
Oh,
link.
shit. We got to get Timmy in there.
Yeah. So, I'm a shirt collector, as I proved to you that I wasn't lying about my Romagnolis. Um, they said that they're getting this concept from the jersey that they traded off the kid in Sudan, but this looks nothing like that. The other one, they should have just what it was. They should have made it. It was like a vintage style vibe, but I don't know. I'm a collector, but I don't know. If they gave it to me for free, I say why not? And especially if I buy it, Colin and say he gonna beat me up. So I don't want none of that. I don't want Colin to come and beat me up and stuff like that.
I don't think anybody's going to beat you up for supporting the team, but this is a hard one to stomach, G. This is a hard one to stomach, my man. This is a hard one, honestly, because it's like I get concept designs. I get you trying to be edgy and different, right? But what in God's name were they fucking thinking with this jersey? I mean, who said, let's just make it look like somebody rolled around in paint? Honestly, like you would buy money on this jersey? You spend money on this jersey? I mean,
nah, Fabio, I can't, man. I've been buying, Puma is like I've been saying, Fabio, Puma
I agree,
is
Joe.
bad in quality.
I agree. And ladies and gentlemen, hold on, G. I don't mean to cut you off, but guys, we're not here alone tonight, baby. We got a special guest. We got to get him in here. Hold on, let me hit the stream button. There he is.
What's up, guys?
Timmy from Various Views Podcast. Tim,
what's going
good,
on,
brother?
Not much, man. I was running around. I looked at the time. I said, I gotta close up my podcast to make sure I come and join you guys here at 9:30. And I just made it, but sorry I'm late to the party.
No, no, you're right
Nah,
on time, man. Because we're
we're
getting into the
good.
nitty gritty of the main story of the week.
This is
No,
fire.
oh my god! No,
They're gonna beat
I
you up,
mean,
Sammy.
exactly what I was
Sammy.
saying. How can we be behind this lack of just idea? Because this is not an idea. This is a lack of an idea. The fact that they just splattered paint on the bottom and on top of shoulders, which is completely unnecessary. What we're going for here? Please try
Guys,
to make me understand.
honestly, as much as I hate it, I know this sounds weird. Like you remember when I was saying in the chat, I said, dude, I can't believe this is real. I won't believe it till I see it. The thing is that this is such a designer fashionista kind of style that I get it. Now, if I'm gonna bring up the pros, I really do like the white badge and the white Puma symbol on it. I think that's a nice touch. I do.
I
But
don't
if the
even know
whole
how you
jersey,
saw that. I honestly
yeah,
didn't even notice that. I was so distracted by the top and bottom. I didn't even see that it was white or different. Honestly, you just
so if
completely
they
put
did
me
a
onto that.
yeah, if they did it in the full color jersey and they left the white badge and the white Puma, honestly, I think I could have got behind it. Will I buy this jersey? 100% I will. Let's be real.
No!
We're probably all
No,
we're
this is the
probably
type of
all
shit. This is the
dude, I
type of
gotta get it.
shit that will give them the idea that this was a good idea. And
But
also,
honestly, I gotta buy it. I got to. Like it's just one of those jerseys where it's like one of those one-off jerseys. Hey, a lot of people were giving me hate on the third alternate black jersey of this year and saying,
uh,
"Oh, you can't see the symbol and this." And I turn around, I go, "Guys, the whole jersey has the symbol on it, has the badge on it." I'm like, I
you know
loved it.
what?
I thought
You heard
it's
my comment earlier. I wasn't a fan of it, but I can understand that one, right? I can
from
understand that shit.
from a
I can
marketing.
understand this one, man.
It
Who are they marketing to?
the
Children?
honestly
Single
no,
painters?
I
Who the
think it's
fuck
the
is wearing this
followers
jersey?
behind Nima or Neiman, whatever the brand is called that they collaborated with. It says so underneath the Puma symbol. There's the Neiman thing, right?
Mark
Which
likes
is
the
like
white
some
badge
kind
too.
of yeah, the white, yeah, exactly. Taking the best of shit. If I had to pick out a piece, right? I mean, the pro is the white badge, but I'll probably end up buying it and rocking it, and I can get behind it a
Yeah,
little bit.
there's a comment. It was your hands after eating. Oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Yo,
But
man.
Fabio, this jersey, they need to send one to David Fanta, and they need to send one to Mark, man, because they still in the bus idea, thinking that they gonna put it on the train. Don't think that Gio gonna find out that they still in the bus idea. Okay, y'all
That
need
was
to
a
send it to him.
great
That's they
reference. Gotta
get
show it
in
again.
contact with them on
Look
Twitter.
at this.
Yeah,
Look at this
That's
that
so
here.
fake
funny.
On
bus.
a
They just
train.
put it on a train, man. What's going on with y'all? Y'all stealing people's ideas. Send it to David Fanta from Milan Club Philly and from Mark from Milan Club Boston. All right, you know where to find them.
Yeah, Joel, I don't think he's a fan of the picture.
He
Mark
doesn't like the
Anthony,
stripes.
you know what? Oh, yeah, because I can't see the emoji, whatever, the stripes on the sleeve.
Yeah, it's no, yeah. They said it's garbage.
That's true. You know what? I'm no stuff. Honestly, guys, I'm just going to be 100% honest with this shit. Most of the subtle details that you guys have noticed, completely overlooked. Completely.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just see the bottom of the jersey and think, what the fuck is that? Like, there's no way in hell I can get behind this jersey. And I'll tell you, this is the only way. And this is my last 2 cents on it. We can move on. But the only way I would ever think to buy this jersey is if they win the Scudetto. And that's it.
Yeah,
I
and they're
think
gonna wear
it'll be
this at the final
championship
game.
quarter.
Watch.
You know
They're
what?
gonna end
I
up
hope
wearing
they
it.
don't. I hope they don't. I'm a traditionalist. I want the white jersey. The game clinching game, even if they're playing at home, I want them in the white jersey. It's
Yeah.
just that's the jersey we clinch games in. That's what I would like, and that would be awesome. But at the same time, I don't want to throw that Maloik out there, making them think like,
Yeah.
they wear the jersey, they win like it's bad luck or some shit like that. But all right, so I'm the only one who said I would not. There's only one circumstance I buy. And you guys both say you're probably gonna get it, right?
Yeah, Gio's gonna get it with Romagnoli on the back.
Timmy got the discounts, man. That's why he buys everything. He got the coupons I ain't never heard of before. He's like, oh, you can save 30% plus free shipping. Like he got all these deals. That's why he's gonna buy it, Fabio.
For sure,
and
man.
maybe he'll resell it in a couple of years or something.
I think when I see that jersey, man, I don't even want it on the screen anymore. I had to take that shit down because it was bothering me. Joel says the white jersey almost brings good luck. Yeah, that's what I agree. It almost always brings good luck, but we're gonna just ignore 2005. Let's just ignore it and move on like it never happened. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next part, which of course we always do here on our podcast. It's the bulletin board, and tonight the bulletin board is basically all the rumor mill because there was no games for Milan to play, so that's what we're all looking at. And I saw this piece of material that came, I think it was, how was this? This is Correo del Sport, or we'll take a look here for a second. Let's put this bad boy up, right? Milan News. Milan are planning to welcome 5 additions this summer. Of course, a center back, which we knew, a backup left back, which has been pretty apparent from this season. We're going to need a cam, a striker, and we leave last but not least, that fucking right wing. We need to finally address it. So Maldini's plan for the summer is hopefully 5 signings. Now, we're going to get back to this in a second about who your personal picks would be at the end of this segment, but we just want to talk about, are these the 5 positions you would think are our top priority? And let's start with G.
First priority is right wing, right wing, right wing, right wing, right wing, right wing. I mean, those other ones, you know,
side 5 right wingers for all I care.
yeah. and then left back or whatever, because you know what? No matter if people gonna tell me that I'm down or whatever, we dealt through adversity with all our center backs being injured. We just throw any center back and they perform well. So I think right wing for the 5, and then honorable mention, we need a backup left back. That kid over there, he looking good, and Parisi over there at Empoli. So if you give me a right wing and a left back, and we got a lot of midfielders coming back in the
hell yeah, and we're gonna, don't jump the gun there, G. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump my next slide. All right. But Tim, what do you would agree that these are the top 5 positions? I mean,
yeah,
I was also thinking like Cam. I would have put a Cam there.
So
we
could probably get
a
So for a CM role, like if you can find someone that's like, before I give away too much on the, you know, on what you asked, but I would say if you could find a CM that kind of can rotate the cam role, then we should be okay.
I agree.
Maybe we bring in 2 CMs, who knows? But I mean, based on this, I would say I agree with what we need here is 100% sure. Yeah, we need one of these 5 positions, 100%.
100%. But I would just say I think it's a big lack on the striking power that we have. I love Giroud. Whether Ibra comes back next year, we don't know. You know, Leao's been a breakout, but it's starting to slow down. So we need more on that attack front. And I think obviously the right wing is definitely number 1. That should be the first place we are addressing. If not, I don't know what they're doing. And Mark has a good idea. I'm going to throw Mark's up there in a second. But all right, before we buy people, we have to talk about Maldini's Tony strategy here. Who's coming out? Who's still available? Who do we have to make decisions on, and where we're sitting in some of these guys? Now, what's your opinion on Florenzi, Tim? Should we buy him for the $4.5 million? He's been pretty decent this year.
Yes, he's a great person to have on your bench.
Absolutely.
What he brings, he's a great rotational player. You can play him at right back. You can play him at right wing if you need it. And what he brings to the team on the bench in terms of, you know, making the players and giving that raza. He like plays with raza. He wants to win. Even when he played against Roma, he was still on Milan's side, even though he's a Romanista, right? Like, so
yeah,
he's that type of person. He's kind of reminds me of, he's just like that you know, that father figure kind of thing where he wants to see the best out of any team he plays with. And I think just for that reason alone, and the fact that he can rotate a few positions, 100% he's worth 4.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. We've seen him play left back, right back, and he can kind of play right midfield. And yeah, the in a team full of guys, you need this kind of experience. So he's the perfect type of player. Me, I'd say he's 100%. What about you, G? We bring Florenzi back another year? Yeah, Florenzi
Yeah,
is a professional.
Yeah, now Florenzi, he's good. He's shown the heart. He loves the Milan badge better than the Roma badge, and I really feel like that Mancini left him out to dry. Man, he didn't really have that many run of minutes with Milan because Calabria had came back, so that's why they couldn't even attack on the right back. But that was last week's section. But yeah, that's a must. We got to bring him back. I think we're going younger, especially if Ibra doesn't come back. It looks like we're going for Origi or somebody else, but we need older, mature players. That have been there. Florenzi. Whether you think he's good or not, he's won the Euros and he's professional and he's ready to smack up Hakan Van Basten. So I'm I'm loving him for that.
Yeah, I love that little outburst he had in the first derby this year. The fact that he didn't like Hakan talking shit. So that's cool. All right, so let's pivot a little bit now. Here's a spot. Just remember when you subscribe to Amazon, you kick into Messias' retirement plan. His future is undecided, my man. So, gee, what do you think about the Messiah? Do we give him another chance? Because I feel like if you give him another chance, you need to make a move with Salamakis. You can't keep them both. We can't have them two plus another right wing. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you do, but there's no way we can pay all these. I don't think Macias is making a lot of money. But what would you do? Keep the Messiah or get rid of him?
I mean, if Cotrone gives it to us for free, then I'll keep him. If we're gonna sell Salad, because Salad got
we're
very
not
high value.
We're not getting nothing for free, my man. We're lucky if we could shave $1 million off, but I don't know about
because we paid a high loan fee, so
I
they
think
don't want
he's
to
like
give us
$5 million, something like that. Is his option?
But we already paid 2.6 Fabio, so that's
well,
like $9 million.
I'll give you another
no,
100 grand, and let's call it a day.
No. We get for free or no, because he's been playing for the other team, giving up the ball real easily. He think he's Iron Robin shooting that with his left, but at least Iron Robin score, But he's predictable, it's just going straight to the goalkeeper. So no on the Messiah.
Timmy, what do you think? What's your opinion of the Amazon?
If he's $1 million, I'd give it. Anything more, no. Anything less, sure. But I would keep the Amazon driver just for the fact that he can play third string. He can sit on the bench and rot there. Here's a good example. We have fucking Castillejo, right? So why not have Macias, who actually puts in a little bit more game than Castillejo does?
Yeah, but at the same time, Castillejo, listen, that's funny you guys mention it because, the team that we're playing this week, the last time we played them, you know who our starting right wing was? Castellanos. Samu. Yeah. That's right, man. So it's it feels like a whole nother world ago at the beginning of the season. But here's
an example.
To me, it just seems like we're spending too much money on second and third fiddle, and they're not that great. They need guys that are good enough to push the first string guy. So, Mark has a good point. He agrees with what I said. Macias and Salad plus money on a right wing, it doesn't make a lot of sense. We have to get rid of one of them. Honestly, the right wing,
Castillejo, that's the person you get rid of because he's collecting
we're gonna get, but there's no way that we can pay him
more money.
I think Salad Maker's getting more money than Macias. And so, he definitely has earned his money.
Castillejo's salary is more than Macias and Salad Makers put together, and he's literally just sitting on the bench. So get rid of him, and literally, that's all he does. Just get rid of Castillejo, put Macias to collect 50 grand maybe a year. What's his wage at Amazon? Delivering packages. Give him that, offer that to sit on a bench. I'm sure he'll take it.
Listen, they got him in the States. They'd be making him pee in a fucking bucket in his van so he doesn't lose time. But look let's move on to the next one because Mo's here. Mo's saying you gotta keep fucking Bakayoko. No way, man. This has to be a joke. There's no way this guy's watched any Milan this year. It says keep Bakayoko. It's again, if you haven't watched the highlights of Bologna and Milan in the earlier rounds, guess who was playing
taking
in
the
that game?
Bakayoko from Chelsea.
Yeah, you can keep him. Send him to England. Don't worry. That's fine. We don't need Bakayoko. There's no way he's going to be. It doesn't matter. We're losing Kessie. Losing Frank is nothing. We're going to lose Balotori too. He's got to go. But I say Bakayoko gone. This is the experiment's over. The love affair with him is over. I don't think there's any reason to keep him. Am I correct, guys?
I'm crying.
Bakayoko only good for the drip. That's it. He's only good for pictures and putting the drip on.
You know what? That's right. If you're going to use him just for modeling and give him a very, very low amount of money and just to take up space, that's fine. But there's no way in hell he should be starting or honestly be like fourth or fifth level, a sixth level guy. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. But let's move on because Bakayoko, this guy is a nobody. There's another nobody on this list, and we'll get to him in a second. But Diaz. Now, there's a lot of talk about them going back to Real Madrid and basically trying to renegotiate his contract on what the option is to buy. Now, right now, it's $22 million. And, do you know how much we've already spent on Diaz to begin with?
I think the loan was like 3.
Yeah, all right. So still a fairly low amount. And honestly, at a price tag for 22 mil, how far should we be dropping this to feel comfortable on keeping going with him, or would you say the experiment's over? What would you say,
for
G?
Diaz?
Yeah,
I need to see a lot out of these next 8 games, but if he shows me a lot out of these next 6 games, the most I'm willing to spend on Diaz is 10 million plus 5 million in bonus. To be honest with you, and Real Madrid, they're not going to keep him. They'll probably already with the money that we already gave them for the loans, they already make like a capital gain of 6 million. They got bigger fish to fry. They got Mbappe coming in, Manny coming in over there. So Diaz is gonna be on the bench. So and not even in the bench, he's probably gonna be in their Primavera. So to me, it's 10 million plus 5 million in bonuses, and we good. If not, then we need to find a new one.
You know what? I think that's the best bet. Tim, what do you think about Diaz and what you've seen so far?
8 mil, because we already gave 2.9 or whatever it was.
So you want to keep it at like a nice round 10? You think that's enough?
No, and bonuses. Nobody does. He doesn't deserve bonus. Real Madrid doesn't deserve bonus.
He does a lot of promotion. That's at least worth like $1 million. He went to Dubai.
He's gonna be a rotating
IFTV and CBS Sports and shit. He's doing a lot of shit. He's a young, good-looking guy. That's all he's got going for him right now.
10 mil, and that's it. Nothing less. 8.6 because we already paid or whatever.
I like this. Tim, when I gotta go buy furniture, I'm bringing you in. You're a good haggler. I'm gonna tell Maldini.
I'm a businessman for a reason.
Mark says 15 million seems fair.
Hell no.
You know what? I still feel that's a little high. The kid hasn't shown another. If he wants to be worth another 5 mil, he better put at least 2 more goals in. That's my fucking opinion on Mr. Brahim. And okay, so now we're going to move to 2 other guys. One of them has a special cockle in Yul's heart. I know he does. And that's, of course, the Torino man, Pobega, coming. And then, of course, everybody's favorite supermarket, Aldi, he's coming back. So we got these 2 guys. Now, Aldi, Adli, whatever his name is, he actually looked like he's been playing really good for Bordeaux. So he looks like maybe that's that dynamic central midfielder, attacking midfielder that we're looking for. And that, if I'm wrong, can this kid play the right side too, or no? It's really like the middle of the park kind of kid.
They for all these guys that were signed, they saying he's striker, but he could play on the right wing. I need him to play as a CM or a CAM. That's it. I don't want to put nobody on the right wing because then we're gonna destroy his confidence. And confidence is a lot that these footballers need to have. Let's have a man as an attacking midfielder. And you know what? I think if we could get a good deal for Brahim Fabio, I think this kid will push him because he's been balling out. Now everybody's going crazy. Everybody in the Premier League were like, how Milan get him for $8 million? Because we're in the bargain. Now he's worth at least 25 to 30. They're saying. So if we could even sell him right now to a prem club if we wanted to 30, 35. We go. We made our money back and some.
Yeah,
But
see, I don't know if you see in the chat, but Mo buys in the price like every player plays in the Premier League. This is the bargain barrel of Italy here, where we not everything Juve is special. All right, like we actually have to pay for some of our guys, but we're not overpaying. Those days are over. Maldini made sure we're not paying but I think this kid's going to be mad good. And I think Mark put it. He only seen central midfield and attacking midfielder, which is perfect, guys. If we're gonna
mhm.
go towards Diaz another year, right? I know everybody. Who's it? I think it's David who always says you don't want to give up on the third year, right? Everybody seems to have like that jump sometimes on like the third year in Italy. So it's like everybody's scared to send Diaz back, and he's not gonna do like. For me, I'm like the problem with Diaz is that he doesn't have competition at his position. And if Adley is good and he comes and he's good enough to beat Brahim for the starting spot, it's going to keep the pressure. And Joel puts a point, man. My man Joel here, he's like right in my brain, my man. He says, Adel coming will put pressure on Brahim to get his shit together. And if he doesn't, this is why, guys, Brahim has gone from Man City to Real Madrid to Milan. And nobody's been like stamped their foot that this kid is a starter. We want him on the team. He's getting to shine with us right now, but again, he's still not reaching his potential, right? So for me, I think Adlu coming in. I think Pobega taking one of the four starting central midfielder positions. Now we're talking like him, Benacer, Tonali. If Krunic is coming back next year, we also probably, we're going to get into the central midfielder. Somebody else might be coming in as well. Plus, Adler, if he can play this position too. There's a lot of different dynamics that we can have with these two players coming back. I don't think we loan them out. I don't want to get rid of, and I don't want to loan them out. Right? What do you guys think about Pobega? I know, Gio, I know what you're gonna say. Pobega on the team, and you wanted him yesterday. I know that's what you're gonna say.
I've been talking about Popega for 2 years now, man, and I like his development, and I like that he has goals from the midfield. That's what we don't have. So I'm glad. You know what? Not even this year has impressed me. He has bulked up, and even everybody's been saying that he's bulked up a little bit. He just need to bulk up a little bit more on the leg. But especially he was scoring goals in a relegation team, and that's what I liked about him. They avoided relegation, and he was playing well. I'm ready to see him. I've been talking about him for 2 years. People have argued with me. My brother Yusef, he's told me that he's not good enough. So I'm just ready to show his worth because now you're in the bigger leagues, Bodega. Don't let me down. Just concentrate, eat your good pasta, and we ready to go, baby.
Timmy, what do you think about Pobega? You think he's shown
I like
enough
him.
in Torino? And
I like him.
let me ask you a question. Did Pobega play on the same team as Tonali at the same time? You said he was from Spezia, right? Or no?
Tonali played at Brescia.
Brescia, my bad.
Yeah.
Mixed it up.
So I think our starting next season is going to be Tonali and Tonali's going to be a for sure regular. Benasser, he's gonna fluctuate between his form. Pobega 100% on rotation with Benasser. I agree with 1,000,000%. The thing is that if we are bringing in, so Adley's going to be playing our trequartista position, our cam. That's where I think he's going to be playing. So now, if Adley's coming back, Brahim Diaz would be a rotational, and then our midfield that we're bringing in is going to be another center mid, which scares me a little bit because is there room for Pobega at that point, right? Like, it's good to have two CMs and then a rotational two CMs. So Pobega might not be getting the time he's earned, I guess, at Torino, which is a little bit scary when you think of it, especially if there's the rumors are true with Sanchez coming in. Renato Sanchez comes in, he's playing center mid spot. So you got now Benacer, you got Tonali, like I said, is 100%. So I'm not even going to take him out, but the rotation will be Benacer, will be Pobega, will be Renato Sanchez. Those three are going to be rotating in the middle. It adds to depth, but is Pobega willing to sit on the bench after having a pretty above standard season this year with Torino?
I
That's
think if
one
you're
thing.
coming back to the champions,
Yeah.
yeah, you might want to do it. It's going to be an increase in pay, an increase of exposure. I think for sure. And honestly, we're not going to be lucky enough that nobody's going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt. We're going to have spells. So we're going to need 4 or 5 solid midfielders. I mean, that's what we got to do, right? And I mic'd myself. Sorry. What if we move away from the traditional trequartista altogether? Cassie played in that spot more and more. That's a good point. I mean, again, that's now we're starting to talk about Pioli. Is he going to be able to switch his position to move away from playing with a trequartista?
We're gonna be playing 4-3-3. Now, if we put 3 holding defenders, we saw how that went with Gattuso when we had Paqueta and we had the 3 holding defender or midfielders. It doesn't work. I think Milan style, based on the players we have on the wings, Leao needs the service from the trequartista. Whoever our right wing is going to need that service too. The striker is going to need that service. So unless you're rotating the 3 in the middle and then you're bringing one to go forward and then one to drive back, then that's an option. But I think you have to play the trequartista role based on the 2 wingers. Unless
the form the style that they're playing, it seems like you have to.
Exactly.
But Joel's comment here, man. Renato is destined for Milan, and you know what? That's his big knock. Honestly, that's Sanchez's big knock is that he's not very healthy, man. He's not a healthy player. I mean, I don't think he's played. He hasn't. Yeah, fits in our team. That's right. But it's the worst type of player. And the fact that they want to spend, how much was it? What are they talking about right now? 20 million on a guy who's going to be free next year? Get the fuck out of here.
But the problem is that 20 million price tag for Renato Sanchez is peanuts. When you have Tottenham that's going to offer him 50, 60 million, or when he goes free, he's going to get offered a $10 million contract from Tottenham, because I could see Tottenham picking him up.
We'll get beaten out. But I heard Sanchez's thing is that Sanchez is just he's already asking for too much money per year, and then with the agencies and all this other shit, he watch it. We're so close to signing him. We have all this stuff. Watch, it's not gonna go through, man. Honestly, and Mark has a good point. 2 defensive midfielders while playing an advanced center midfield like Pobega and even Renato Sanchez.
The problem is you're missing Tonali and Benasser in that mix too. So you see how many players we're gonna have in that mix.
What he put was 2 DMs, which would be them too. But I don't see Benasser necessarily as the defensive midfielder. I just see him as more of Tonali's more of a defensive midfielder. Yeah. But honestly, a lot of our issues stem from the only knock I would say about necessarily our center backs is that they're both good and they're quick, but the passing forward, our best defender is Kier when it comes to putting the ball in distribution. And when we talk about the game that happened earlier in the year, Tomori's decent, but it's really Kier. He's been around for a long time. There's a reason why he's been on so many teams. He's been around for 15 years now professionally. He's a legit passer, and he really proved it in the first game. But we'll talk about that a little more. All right, so the last 2 guys are Skip Hogg, because it's basically 100% he's going to be bought for 12 million.
That's fine.
He was a good
little flip.
He was good, and I liked him, honestly. I thought he was decent. I thought he could have grew a little more in Milan. I like the idea of somebody who was good in Europe, couldn't really adapt to the Italian league, but maybe he would have been beneficial when we played on the European side. But at the same time, it's you can't do well together in Italy. It's probably too much to ask you're going to do well in Europe. Maybe if you play a smaller team. But Hogg, yes.
And we have Leo Duarte that they're about to buy. That Turkish club, they're about to buy him for 5 million. We're about to get 3 million. We're about to get 3 million for Pessina, because that dummy Mirabelli who always opens his yaps sold them for peanuts, stuff like that. So we're gonna get some money in, So Cardaro, I don't know what we're gonna do because he makes a lot of money. That
Leave him.
him and
Let him go.
Castillejo will earn a lot of money, man, and I'm worried about. I think between them both, they make like $5 million net after
Crazy.
Yeah,
taxes.
that's
They
a
both
lot
gotta
of
go.
money just
Man.
sitting on
They
the
both
bench.
gotta
Man.
go. Sitting on the
And
bench,
last,
sitting on the freaking stands, not even the bench.
and then last but not least, the cadaver himself, Caltara. Hopefully, I know Venezia's looking like they're the way to Division B
Oh,
again.
please,
Um,
please.
but I've already heard other teams already are feeling out Milan to see if they can get this guy on their team next year. So thank God, just get Caldera out of here. I think what a fucking mistake taking this guy from Juve and basically getting us saddled with this idiot for years. Wasn't he the thank you we got for sending Bonucci back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Him
We're
and
gonna just be like,
Higuain.
no, we'll give you Bonucci. We don't need nothing back. We'll take the loss. All right, I just want to read this one thing from Mark because it's really pure class when you think about like where we are as Milan fans, right? Look
Yeah.
at this, what he said. We've come a long way from the Banta era where we are worried about having too many good midfielders, right?
Right. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Well,
good. It's good.
it is good. And speaking of midfielders, there were another two on the rumor mill this week. So we gotta tap in to our Roma duo, and one of them might be a little familiar because I'm sure you guys remember this gentleman. But for me, I don't know why anybody wants to bring back Cristante back. But G, you're my scout here, man. G always knows he's got his finger on the
Nah,
pulse of what's going on. Now you see
nah,
these two
man.
Roma midfielders. I don't know how to pronounce Jordan's name.
Veritut.
Veritut. Yeah, right.
Veritut. I
Now
like
I
him.
just is he decent enough to warrant this kind of money? Talking about $8 million for him.
Nah, Fabio. I mean, Cristante, he doesn't jump off the TV for me, and we need to be more dynamic in midfield. That's what's causing us right now to only win games 1-0, especially, and it's hard to break teams down from the lower half of the table. So for me, Cristante, no, and Vertu, he had a chance to come to us when we were battling out. He chose Roma so he could stay in Roma. We need higher levels. Midfielders or midfielders that have a better upside, which I'm gonna tell you in the next slide whenever we get to it of a
Oh
midfielder who's
yeah.
on the upside.
No, we'll get to the other midfielders, but if Maldini said, "Gee, I need your opinion," I got Veritut and a little Cristante there. Who am I spending money? Or you say, "Give me 50 million off, and maybe we'll think about it."
I will Smith smack him, and I will tell him that he's a dummy for letting Samuele Ricci go to Torino. That's what I would tell him. You're giving me that garbage. You let a young up and coming Italian midfielder who has played with the Nali in the U21s. You let him go. Boom, Will Smith. Don't ask me these dumb questions. You already know the answer to Maldini.
You know
Keep
what?
Veritut out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah,
Keep Veritut out of your fucking mouth.
Keep your Veritut out of your
Out of your
fucking
fucking
mouth.
mouth. That's
I
it.
like it. I like it. Enough of these two Joe schmoes. They can stay
No,
with
you
Mourinho.
don't
over
want
there.
them. No,
All
not
right.
with the problem we're having about the midfielders, and then you're gonna mention Veritut and Cristante.
Well,
Like,
Well, I think we also have another position that we probably are not talking about because but we maybe had at least two-level depth there. Got to talk about this guy, all right? And I know you guys have seen this face. He used to be robotic. He used to be like a machine. Go out there and do your job. Now, what's wrong with Robo Rebic? That's my question. I'm yelling and screaming about him every time I can because he's driving me bananas.
I think
Fabio
Fabio
Fro.
froze a little bit there, but yeah, to continue Fabio's thing, he's speaking about Robo Rebic, Gio. What do we do with this guy?
He can't even cross. I think I could cross better than him in the game. I don't
But
know what's going on with him, but
we
I
need
don't know.
that. We need that
Mhm.
left wing position, no? Like
Yeah, we
as a
need.
rotation. So do we sell him and then hopefully bring in another left winger, or do we keep him for the rotational? Like, what's your idea on that?
We need to keep him, for rotation. I would say, because the if he's in form, the level really doesn't drop off drastically. But
Yeah,
like right now with Leal, his level's here, and then, and then Robo Regis is all the way to the floor. We can't. At least if Leal's here and then Robo Regis is right here, we're okay. It's not a drop off.
yeah,
He's just coming up to work hard, help Theo on the left. For the last 20 minutes of the game. Maybe
yeah.
he scores a game, but I don't know. I think he's been injured. I don't know if he's dieting well, but he's been injured. And then like Pioli had when we were coming back from the Christmas break, he was supposed to already start because he was back or get some minutes, and then he was easing him in. And I think to me, I think he needs to start, not overtake Leao, but maybe put him on the
No,
right. Let's see what goes on and
dude,
and see what.
they
Let's
don't
see.
give us that opportunity, man. Like, how many times have we asked as Milan fans, start him on the right wing? Like, we rather sacrifice getting an out of form Rebic on the right wing. We got you covered. Don't worry. Just get those slides back up, buddy. Uh, I rather, Fabio gives me shit every time I mention it. Play a Robo Rebic on the right. Give him that opportunity. Like, what is it going to cost? Our right wingers suck. So if we have another shitty performance from Rebic on the right wing, it doesn't make no difference. But there's the potential that he might grow from that, right? So it's a chance you take. It's not going to get any worse on the right side. It might potentially get better though. So that's how I feel. I think we just need him, Fabio. Like, just before you cut out, what you were mentioning is, and what I mentioned to Gio is that we need a rotational. So unless we're bringing in another rotational left winger, we're still going to need a rotational left winger. So we
I
have to look
think
at the
I
numbers.
think again the money exactly
Yeah, the
lands on like
money.
what the money is because
Yeah,
Rebic right now he's not producing. It just seems like it's wasted money, honestly. And if it's
or
going
how
to be
much
a
are they going
lull
to
the
give
rest of the
us?
season, yeah, I
Yeah,
know. But at the same time, we could technically sell him before he loses even more value, and then we'll really be fucked. But for me, I think
yeah.
Rebic has another 8 games to turn it around. If not, I'm looking to
Play
sell
on the
him
right.
or get rid of
Play
him.
on the right. Play him on the
You know,
fucking right, Pioli. Get him on the right. Take that chance. We have nothing to lose. Put him
you
play.
know what? I don't think they have the insurance to deal with his crosses that are going to hit some poor kid halfway up the stands and give him a concussion.
Dude,
That's
the
what they
way I
should be
look
worried
at it,
about.
what I was just saying to Gio is that our right wing is not going to get any better. So give Rebic the chance to play on the right. Who knows? Maybe he turns into a stud on the right. Maybe he needs that
Um,
starting, but it's a chance
These
you got
are
to take
all
for the
hopeful
betterment.
things. I hope
Yeah,
so, man. I mean, again,
yeah,
I always liked Rebic. I thought he was a great piece. I thought he was pushing
yeah,
Leao, honestly, because he would play so well. And like I
yeah.
thought he was a super sub. He'd always score goals. He was scoring big goals against Juventus. And all of a sudden, it's like he came back from this injury, and really, it's his last 2 years. All of a sudden, he's way more injury prone than he was. If it hasn't happened now, look, man, Mark is saying some good shit tonight. If it
Yeah.
hasn't happened by now, it's never happening. You know
But
what? My wife says that to me all the time. I don't know what she
Mark,
means.
if Mark, if you agree though, taking the chance on the right, would you? Like, I want to know from the comments from Joel and Mark there. Like, would you guys give Robo Rebic the chance to play on the right or not?
I just saw what he wrote. Robo Fabio's glitch. Oh man, that's a good one. I honestly, Tim, your whole point is that the right wing has been so abominable,
Yeah.
just terrible, that can't be any worse if we try
No.
Rebic there.
Yeah, it
That is
can't, but it
not
could be
like
better.
where we want to be.
No, but
Guys,
it could be better. That's
it could be better. You're right.
right.
It could be
Who
better.
knows if it brings them back in? It's a better. Like, it's not going to get any worse, but hopefully there's a chance it gets better. So
That's true.
you take
Mark
that
said
chance.
he gave up hope on this idea because it
Yeah.
seems like people have the idea It's only us. We're holding on to it. Now, let's move on to the next piece because hopefully Rebic can fix himself on Monday if he even gets into the game. But somebody popped up a pretty decent player, and the only reason I'm going to mention it, even though I hate honestly talking about English Premier players because immediately the price is super high. Why? I don't know. It's a pandemic, but these guys still want 30, 40 million for guys who can't even play like they're really playing well anymore. But we had Pepe coming up, and I'm going to read this little thing here. It's from Corriere dello Sport, which I pulled from Sempre Milan, that they're saying that Milan's monitoring. By monitoring, they got somebody with binoculars at the top of the stadium every week, just keeping an eye on Pepe for $30 million. Now, I think the reason why they like this guy is because, again, he's another Lille product. He came from Lille, so maybe he could do something good. So, I mean, gee, what do you think about my boy Pepe the Pew? Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, Pepe has talent. He got speed. He got pace, but I don't know. I mean, he hasn't really been getting any time. But if I'm gonna spend 30 million, I add another 20 million, and that gets me Anthony.
That's the
feel me?
only right winger I want.
That's
Anthony, hold on, but Anthony's already in conversation that possibly.
No, why would he go?
She's looking at him, and
club?
because people go for the money, bro. They don't go to win.
What club is he?
The PSG, I heard was talking about it.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, again, he want to play behind Messi or something?
He's not going there, man. He's not.
I hope not, man. I hope not.
If Anthony's smart, we need to get him before the World Cup because Anthony's gonna have a freaking sick World Cup this year. I can almost guarantee that. He's killing
with that Brazilian touch. He's on his finger.
Right.
He's got his finger on the pulse of the Brazilians.
Yeah. No, we need to get him before the World Cup. He's gonna have a breakout World Cup, and his value's gonna soar crazy. We need to get him. I think I've been saying this in the chat, and I keep on saying this. The only two wingers that I feel are cheap enough and good enough for Milan is Rafinha and Anthony. Anthony even more than Rafinha because he's a little bit younger. But if we can't get Anthony, Rafinha from Leeds, who are going to get relegated anyways, we grab him.
Yeah, Rafinha is another name I've heard. Mark said, what World Cup? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, man. Don't remind us, Mark. Don't remind us. Don't worry. When we get to Thanksgiving, we'll start crying.
I'm lucky to have the best of
both worlds, man. Exactly.
I wear 9 stars on my chest. Not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah, 9 stars.
9 stars.
All right, gee. So, but would you take him 30 mil? Is that too high?
Nah.
I want him.
Nah, if I'm taking, he already got his big move. It didn't go well, and no, I wouldn't take him. I take Anthony, and the second person that I would take, I know we can't get Rafinha because Barcelona or Real Madrid are looking for him, so we can't give him the salary that he wants.
Yeah,
but I think if not, the lowest I'll go is Sarr from Senegal. He had a good qualifier versus Egypt. He's been balling out there at Watford, but let's see how much he's going. He's about to get relegated, so I don't think he'll cost more than 15 million, to be honest with you. But Pepe,
I like Rafinha. I think he's a good. If we can't get Anthony, we need somebody dynamic, somebody that runs that defender, somebody that can be a real goal threat on the right side, opposite to layout.
I don't care about getting crosses into big heads like Giroud. I want someone that will attack and fucking score from the wing, and that's a guy.
It doesn't matter because we've played 30 games with guys who don't know how to cross on the right hand side. What's another?
I don't want to exactly. I don't need someone that knows how to cross. I need someone that can get in the box, cause a penalty, or someone that can go one-on-one against the player and has the balls to do it. And you know what? There's not many wingers that do that nowadays. So Anthony, to me, he's young too, guys. Like he's gonna be a huge star. He's contemplated to be Brazil's next big thing. And usually when Milan get Brazil's next big thing, it does really, really good shit for us.
You know what? I like that. That's the kind of thought process we need. Mark says Sarr would be nice, but I suspect the Premier League club will out the ass for him.
But every Premier League club is gonna pay out the ass for anyone, man. They got so much money, dude. Like,
yeah, that's
we
the
gotta
problem. We're
that's the
really playing
problem,
like
man.
behind the eight ball with the Premier League.
Yeah.
We
Well,
really
Fabio,
gotta.
you know what separates Anthony from every Brazilian? He got that dog in him. He gonna go get you
Yep.
that goal. That makes him
That's
better than
hell
Neymar. He's
yeah.
not gonna be flipping all over. He got in a fight with the Benfica players. He was out there trying to throw balls like he was in the street. I was like, I like this guy even more now. You
I
know,
do. I like.
Look, I'm gonna
That's
save my
yeah.
comments on it because I know we're gonna talk about who we want to bring in, but I got an idea for that guy right there.
All right. But before we get there, there's a special segment, right? So before we get to where we're gonna go with our personal picks, there's a special segment sponsored by Dio called Capitano Romagnoli. Do I stay or do I go? And that seems to be the story on Alessio this week, is that Milan seem to have raised their offer, right, to just over 3 mil, 3.2, they're saying. That's overtaking Lazio's 3 million bid. Now, is this enough? Is this enough to secure Romagnoli another year? I mean, he's technically still our captain, but has he lost his position? Has he lost enough to say he'd rather go to Lazio, start over, probably start, and still make the same kind of money? G, I mean, you got to answer first. You got 15 million jerseys this time. So do you want to see him go? What's Joel saying here before you go? One thing that Milan is way back is having a top superstar. Maybe Leao can become the guy, but Anthony is almost already that guy. I hear it, bro. 100%. All right, so G, Romagnoli, does he stay or does he go?
first, before that, I just want to say something. PSA. I'm gonna say it every week, whatever, group therapy sessions, various group process, wherever I go. That's Milan content. I'm always say this PSA. PSA. Gio, this is Gio. I'm not in your entourage. Do not go to the Zebras. You are not built for that. Go back home to Napoli, where your family's gonna be there. They're gonna cook you the best food in the world. They're gonna hook you up, and the city's gonna love you. And Romagnoli, this is your guy Gio. You know where your shirts go. I'm pretty sure the club tells you, like, dang, who is it, Giovanni, all the way out there in California buying all these shirts.
This guy gets residuals from Gio.
PSA, Romagnoli, do not let Raiola con you. And Raiola, I'm laughing at you because all your clients suck, even up to Holland. He sucked. He's been injured the whole year. I'm laughing at you. That's what you get for always trying to outdo us. Romagnoli, if you want to be here, you know we're on the up. Now it's time for you to work with Maldini in the summer. And what I find about you, that's the hardest, has always been, I've been talking about all the time, is positioning. You and Theo Hernandez don't know where the hell you guys are supposed to be when the ball is coming 50 meters away or 20 yards away. You guys do not know where you need to be. Guys need to work on that. You both, Theo and Romagnoli. If we could keep him, then I would be happy, because I need to see him improve. And then that right wing money starts getting bigger, Timmy. And
That's true.
Anthony, you need to join us for $5 million, and then let us win a UCL, let us win a Champions League, and then we'll sell you for 150 million. We'll be good. You go get your money in the Premier League. But stop at Milan.
I don't think that's going to happen for 5 minutes. I think you really stretch it with that one. Listen, maybe if Agnelli was doing something over there. And honestly, the real thing that I don't like about Romagnoli, besides the fact that I think he might be already past his prime, is that, and what up to live on Yusuf, he makes a great point. His fuck agent is annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
And the only other person we have on the club who has the same agent is Ibrahimovic, but Ibra is so far in his career that he basically tells Raiola, just fucking figure it out. Don't fucking bust my balls here and make them not want to have me because of you. And I think maybe that's going to happen. And Raiola basically cost Donnarumma a lot of money and his reputation by chasing the money in Paris. But what do you think, Tim? I mean, I think Romagnoli staying sets off dominoes
As a
for the
Milanista,
team.
I think Romagnoli should stay in a rotational. I don't think he's our starter anymore. I don't think he deserves to be a starter anymore.
But
Rotational, yes.
does he have the mentality to take that and stay?
As a Italian, maybe looking from an Italian national team point of view, I think Romagnoli has to go to better his career. That's as bad as my Bonucci jersey I bought, bro.
Oh my, yeah,
Yeah,
G's got a lot of them, man.
yeah.
G's
Don't
got
worry.
a lot,
I
bro.
only wore my Bonucci jersey for one reason, and that was when Italy won the Euros because he scored the goal. And I said I'll wear my Bonucci Milan jersey just for that. That's the only time I've ever worn it out in public. But when it comes to
You should
Romagnoli, look,
donate it.
being an Italian, he needs to go somewhere he's gonna better his game, somewhere he's gonna start more games, and that hopefully will bring up a next level to his game. But at Milan, he's only good to me on the bench. Like he's only a good rotational player when we don't have anything better.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. Unfortunately, it sucks to say because he's stuck through thick and thin as Capitano, but you lost your position, man. We got better. So it's time to acknowledge that and say, hey, I want to go play steady or I'm going to rotate. That's it.
Well, Timmy, as our guest this week, we got to give you the first dibs here. Now, I said we'd come back to this slide. So we're going to go with your 5 personal picks for these positions. If you know anybody, if you dug deep, like I know Gio, he went into his bag of tricks and he found a couple of players that they were on Division B and made it to A. He knows a bunch of inside shit. So, Timmy, let's go first with you, my man. And look, Mark makes a good point. Before we move on, Kier is a question mark for next season. He'd be okay with bringing Romagnoli back. If Gier's fully recovered before the beginning of the season, he doesn't see the point. And I kind of agree with him. I think Kier is definitely shown already that he's better and more valuable than Romagnoli, which is sad because he's got like 5 years or 4 years on Romagnoli, and he seems to already be past his prime. But I digress. So, Tim, 5 positions, your 5 ads. You're Maldini. You're in the board. You, him, Gazidis. You guys are all talking, making plans. Who's the first one you do? And then we'll kind of go down the list. Who's the top priority for Tim?
Right wing Anthony, 100%.
All right.
I would strap
how much?
Fucking whatever we can afford on him, man. Whatever we can afford. If he's asking a 50 mil, then we give him the 50 mil. If we can afford that, that's what we give him.
I think so. I think if they're serious about that $100 million mark, spend it on the most important part. And honestly, we need a Brazilian back in the club.
Yeah, we need a good Brazilian back in the club. That's what it is. Not Macias.
Right wing, right wing. You know what? I forgot he's from Brazilian, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the right wing. Who's number 2 on the list of the next 5 of the next 4 positions? Left back. All right, a backup left back. We're going number 2. Who do you like?
Piquerez, the Uruguayan that plays on Palmeiras.
Oh, okay. I saw a report about him today. All right. All right. So we got him backing up Theo.
He can rotation. He can also rotate center back as well. He's quick.
All right. A little Kolulu.
Yeah, exactly. So he's young. He's cheap. He's not going to cost more than 5 mil, right? So he would be one of the talks I would think of as a backup left back. He would be the one. He's gotten some international European, experience with Palmeiras going to the Club World Cup, so the finals. So he would be great. CM would be next based on our acquisition. So
I feel like this one we should all have the same one. We've been linked with one CM pretty much the entire year.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Renato Sanchez, right? I like Renato Sanchez, quite honest. And now here's a little spin-off, going back to Paqueta that we saw in the comments. Okay? That guy, as much as I hate to say it, I would love to see him back on Milan. I would love to see him with the team we have now. His performance at Lyon is amazing. His performance for Brazil, amazing.
We're finally playing his kind of style where he could have been a cam and he would have been perfect instead of playing him on the left side where he didn't really know what he was doing. And sometimes we'd be playing him like in the back of the midfield on the left
No,
side, not even like in
that's
a
not.
forward.
He played when he came from Flamengo. He played on the left wing. He wasn't even a cam. He rotated with the cam spot. He was a left wing. So I don't know where they got this idea, but originally he was a cam, went played left wing, but he's been rotating those. And then you decide, okay, I'm gonna bring in a left wing / cam and play him in the center mid or the left mid. Like that's Gianpaolo and that's Gattuso's ruining of the player.
Yeah,
Best thing he
I
did
would
for his
agree.
career was leave.
And
Now, here's the interesting part.
he was competing with Hakan too. You know, that's a high standard.
It's not even a standard, and they played him. They played Paqueta or Hakan instead of him. Like, dude, come on. All I asked for when he was on the team was let's see him in the cam spot. Let's see him in the cam spot. It didn't happen once. So here's an interesting thing: if he's valued at 50 mil now, apparently he's valued to about that, right? Paqueta, we also are owed 15%. Maybe you cut some kind of deal. You value the player at 50 mil. You cut off 15% on it, and then you go, "Hey, we'll give you that," kind of thing.
Yeah, that
I
could
wouldn't
be
mind seeing
could
that
be an
back
option.
either, man. He's going to be one of the hottest prospects if we don't grab him soon. He's going to have he's starter for Brazil, guys. This is a team that is starting a Paquetá that couldn't even warm the bench on Milan, and he was still doing it when he was at Milan, which drove me insane. He was playing the
Yeah.
cam position at Brazil while playing on Milan, and Milan was like, I don't know why this guy is not fucking good. I don't know. Play him in his right position, stupid. Like, it's crazy.
I agree. I agree. All right, so you got Sanchez as your center, and so that's two other positions. So,
Striker.
striker, who are we looking at?
Fuck, I don't even know. Who can we? There's nobody that really stands out to me in terms of what we can afford. That's the problem. Is there's no striker right now that I can say, sure, do I want Haaland on Milan? Sure. Do I want Mbappe on Milan?
Oh
Sure. But
yeah,
is
of
that going to
course.
happen? No.
But these are not realistic things. And
No,
you
it's
know
not
what?
realistic.
Before we move on, I just want to mention one thing because Joel made a comment said Balotelli Torre was a failure. Thank God Dio didn't get a serious injury this season. Joel,
He had a
don't
great
fucking
AFCON.
say that, my man. You better
And
knock
he had a
on
great
wood, thrown salt off of your left shoulder. The season's not over, my man. This idiot Balotelli might actually come into play before the end of the season. Jesus
and
Christ.
Balo Torre actually had a decent fucking AFCON tournament
Don't
for
tell me about AFCON, all
Yeah.
right? I don't
I
give
know.
a shit what he did with his national team. I care
Yeah.
about what he did with Milan. And he wasn't even playing when they won the AFCON. He was on the bench.
But when he did play, he actually did decent. So to keep him as a rotation, like I said, that
I don't. I think they've seen enough. Honestly, I think they've seen enough, and they're already exploring options.
I missed out on the Pepe conversation. That guy ain't worth shit. He isn't worth the price tag of my shoes. Like he ain't worth shit. He plays good against. Listen, there's a reason. If you can't play, you can't start on Arsenal or get enough minutes in on Arsenal. You are worthless, in my opinion.
There's a lot of Arsenal slander right now. Most of them turning in his sheets. He's so
But
upset.
he knows he can't even break Baka or Saka.
I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good idea if you can't start
good on Senegal when you play fucking Egypt. Let's be real, and Congo. Like, come on, anybody can score against those teams.
Tim, Joel has a perfect idea of who we could use at striker. I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Lazetic.
No, I never heard of him. He doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist, but I've been seeing him all over the training. I even have a picture. Don't worry, I'll pull up because I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
When it comes to that striker position, guys, I want to hear your take, Gio. I'm really, really look forward to listening to your intake on the striker because I, off the top of my head, cannot think of a striker that I would say this is what we need. He's affordable. I don't know. You know who should come? Actually, here you go. Here's a great freaking acquisition. Gabriel Jesus, that's not even fucking playing for Manchester City. Okay, dude, he's warming the bench.
Yeah, but again, when you talk Man City, man, this is we're talking already high price, man. They're not going to sell him for like 20, 30, 40 million, man. They're going to ransack anybody who wants to come for him. It's going to be another big team That
I
buys
think Gabriel Jesus, you could probably pick him up for fucking 40 mil and work or on loan. Get him on loan with option to buy. He's not starting. He's not even playing. They're not even playing a striker at Man City. So I don't know. Exactly.
Yusuf says we ain't no fucking Arsenal FC, baby, for fuck's sake. And I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. All right, so let's go to G. G, who are your top 5, bro? And while you're talking, I'm gonna put this lovely picture of the training today. You know, there's a couple of guys on there I can't believe.
Who's that tall, skinny guy?
That tall,
the top.
skinny guy? Oh, the one with the big cap, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Who
know
is
who
he?
he is. I can't even
I
see
know.
him. He looks like John Cena to me.
But I don't know none of these. Honestly, looking at this picture, I'm trying to figure
That-
out who half the
Well, I
players
mean,
are.
I know like 4 of them.
Is that McNasty?
Is
It looks
it?
like it
I
is,
don't know who it is, honestly. That was the one kid I was like, I don't know who that is. I know that's Mirante on the floor. I didn't even know Theo was back already. And he's looking. There's Macias, Diaz, Gavia, and this fucking bum named Lazetic. I'm glad he knows how to train. I'm very happy to see he's an actual physical human being now. Because before, I was worried that he was just a myth that they told us just to keep us contained, that we actually bought somebody. The next. Yes, Mirante is a Milan player. He's our 3rd string goalkeeper. All right, there's no more Antonio Donnarumma. Oh, by the way, Timmy, you said no, it was G. You said he should go back to Napoli, right? Napoli better have a spot for Antonio Donnarumma, otherwise he's not going nowhere. All right, that's Donnarumma's role.
Too? Is Donnarumma?
No, probably not, because we're the only
he's at Monza, I think.
Oh, Monza,
I think
Monza.
he's at Monza with Berlusconi.
All right, G. So who's your 5, G, and what's the level? I know we're always going to start at right wing, so give it to me.
Timmy went over the budget. He went to like 150.
Timmy's expecting us to win and have that budget increase.
Right.
So I'm gonna do it in between the 80 to 100 million budget that they said, right? So at center back,
you think center back is number 1?
No. I'm just going by the list.
Okay.
Number 1.
He's going in order.
But I'm gonna say the best for last. So at center back, if we can't resign Romagnoli, he doesn't want to take the deal. Then I go get that guy Viti at Empoli, young Italian defender. But we do good. We'll ship Gabia out, and hopefully he could be good. But I think he's good. He has a good upside. At backup left back, we're gonna go again to Empoli. We're gonna tell him, let me get that guy Parisi left back. He has it all. He can attack. He could defend. Young guy. He's this small, but hey, man, we're gonna go get that, and then we're gonna raid you again for Aslan. I think his name is Aslani. For center midfielder, and then we're
you're saying don't even go towards big money center midfielders. We don't need them.
We don't need them right now.
You know what? I'm with the youth movement, and Aslani, he's good, and we're gonna raid. So we're gonna raid, and that's probably gonna cost us like 15 to 20 mil for those 3 players. Hopefully, Maldini, he can work out a deal that we need a 3-year loan to pay off that 15 million for each for the 3 players. But we'll do.
I think we deserve.
And then we're going to striker. If Divock or Rigi does not want to take that 3 million, go call El Gallo up and tell him here's 1.5 million net per season. Take it or leave it. Okay, you don't want to take it, then we're gonna have to spend. So if we're gonna have to spend on that, I'm gonna go for the right wing. Right wing is my first priority. So right wing, Anthony, that's 50 million, right? So now I have 50 million left. So and then if Origi or Gallo doesn't want to sign for what we want him to sign, then I knock again on Leo's door and I tell him, you know what, we're not gonna get Sanchez from me. I only could give you 50 million for Jonathan David. 50 million plus 20 million and additional bonuses if he hits that level. So you'll get the 20 in the back end. And then that's my 100. That's like close to 100 million.
Yeah.
That's it. Nunez is worth 100 million, Mark.
Yeah.
Roy Costa is not bending over for us. That's why these guys ain't legends to me. You guys, they not working no deals for us. Like, they not working no deals for us. He could sell us. Like, why can't we give him McNasty, Lacetic, and then give us Nunez for 20 million on top. If you love Milan,
That would be
Nah.
nice. But we do get it. We need a little love. Like Maldini can go over there and be like, "Oh, Rui Costa, come on, let's make a fucking."
I would
deal,
like to see.
you know?
I would get that jersey. That would be the first one. If Jonathan David comes to Milan to get my Canadian boy on a Milan jersey, that would be awesome. I already got Tomori's jersey coming in, so there would be my first Canadian boy.
That's true. That's true. Listen, you guys remember? The only American player that I can remember played on Milan was, of course, Aguchi Ebu, who didn't get the fucking started. Now all he gets to talk on CBS Sports and have USA players. That's all he gets. But I would love to see an
put
American
up Joel's
get picked up.
comment. Put up Joel's comment. Come on, that last one.
Lil doing better. There he goes. Lil is
true,
basically our
100%.
farm team right now.
They're
man.
our farm team
Everybody-
right now.
Yeah, they're really everybody.
Florentino,
That we
remember
own.
everybody remember Florentino Luis, the next
Yeah.
up and coming Portuguese. He wanted us to pay 50 million, and he got sold for like 5 million to
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell? A year later, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, man.
Now, for me, and this is my 5 guys. I'll go quick because I don't want to linger too long because basically most of the guys are guys we've talked about already. But for me, top priority is right wing, and I know everybody's gonna probably kill me after the last week of this shit, right? But I still think Berardi is a good choice, man. I still think Berardi is a good choice. Hold on, what's Mark saying here? If we
Here you
get
go.
Jonathan Davis,
Keep
I'll
that.
buy game with David on.
Perfect. Keep that. I'm gonna come find Mark if that happens.
No. Oh man, that's too funny. But hopefully that 4th jersey will be nowhere to be found by that time. But for me, I think top priority is right wing. And if we can't get a guy like Anthony, which is probably too much for Milan right now, still, like they're gonna have to wait to win a Champions League or go to like a semifinal, final, and then they'll spend it. Listen, unfortunately, in the
He's
world,
unlimited money.
totally,
Unlimited
they're
money.
not
That's
going
the
to
best
spend
bet.
that money. I
They
mean, I
have
wish
to,
they
man.
would, but I don't think they will. So me, I think Berardi for 15 million only. I'm sorry, his stock has dropped. Maybe give him like a 3-year deal where we'll pay like $2.5 million a couple times to maybe get it close to 20. But that's it. 15 million Berardi. Second one is again, it's really based on what Romagnoli does. If Romagnoli is saying Kier is maybe not 100% healthy, we got to spend the money in the central back, a center back, which I think it seems to be Botman. They like Botman a lot, and we're going to spend like 20 million on him. I like Sanchez for Cam, but he's got to stay healthy. We, as Milan fans, we know our team is constantly with injuries left and right. And to bring in another player who hasn't played consistently into like 3 years, he hasn't played more than 20 games. I mean, that's not acceptable. We can't have that kind of bullshit going on our squad. We've seen it too much. We have to let it go.
Cry. He's making me cry. Look at that comment, bro. I already turned into Salah makers against Macedonia. There you go. He'll fit our squad perfect then.
Yeah. But listen, I also feel like, again, that's not necessarily all his fault. He did miss a shanker in the beginning of the game.
He's still solid.
I still think he's solid. He's having his best year. I think he might have hurt a little bit for Sassuolo, but Sassuolo's playing pretty decent with him. And I would even say striker-wise, his teammate would be the striker I would look at. I like Samaka, whatever his name. What is Samaka? Is that how you pronounce his name? Right? I like him. Or I would go with Belotti. Honestly, I'm not a hardcore hater of him. He would come on a free transfer. He can get
our price.
At our price.
Yeah.
Exactly. At our price. 1.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend any more for that. So if we're getting him that cheap for free, sure. But if we have to pay anything more than 3 mil, fuck no.
Joel said the top priority of this transfer is a new medical team.
That's true
Mark has a good point. This is what people were saying why Mancini was stupid during the qualifying game. Just signed the entire. So excited. I mean, Raspadori is pretty good. He's young enough.
Raspadori can play that cam spot too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, we need more young Italians.
To me, Berardi just keeps us winning the league.
We have, just Calabria, Tonali, and freaking Florenzi. I mean, come on, where are the young Italian talent? Pobega,
you forgot Romagnoli.
Come on, Romagnoli even get called up anymore. Forget about him. And all right. So that's my striker, my right wing, my cam, my center back, and left back. Who we're gonna get a good look at this kid this week. That's why I left him for last. I like Bologna's guy, Aaron Hickey. I think he's pretty decent on left back. I think he could be a solid backup to Theo Hernandez. I'm sorry, I don't believe in Balotore. So for me, I think he's got to go. That's the 5. So hopefully, Maldini, you spend the money, you spend it wisely. And Libon, we're gonna get to the Bologna game because I think honestly, it was an interesting game the first time we played them. But before we get to the actual game preview, we got to talk about our boy, bro, Padre Pioli. March Madness was the month of Pioli madness because my man won the Coach of the Month. So I think this is a great thing to see, especially in March. Now he's got to do it for April and May, and he can finally get over that line and be finally a first-time Scudetto winner. I think Pioli's having a breakout season with Milan. I think he's proven, even with Ragnarok bullshit that was happening last year, everybody was checking about him. Oh, Ragnick is going to come in and have a project and this and that. Pioli's going to leave. But he turned us around during the pandemic, man. And look, he led us to second place last year. Now we're in the pole position to win the championship. So I had to give some props and love to Stefano Pioli because he's really been overachieving with the squad of bums that sometimes he has out there. Sometimes he makes a couple of questionable marks, but he's really Pioli's on fire. Pioli's on fire. Pioli's on fire. And you got to give him love, man. And, it's my birthday month, so I love that Pioli won, so I got to give him love. But, yeah, I think Pioli's doing a great job, and I wouldn't even think about changing him. Got to keep it. Don't fuck up the chemistry because I think he's
let him go as far as he can. Climb that mountain. When he starts dropping, then we'll decide at that time. But
exactly. Then
now I ride that, the little train that think he could or whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. All right, well, let's move on now to our final segment, boys. It's the preview time. And this week we got Bologna on week 31. We only have 8 weeks to go left. So I'm going to put this little screen up here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little fucking small. Sorry. I didn't have a great preview to pull. But Bologna and Milan, you see, Leao, Giroud, they're still our top scorers. Even fucking Ibrahimovic, who hasn't scored. I can't even tell you the last time Ibrahimovic scored, but he's still a top goal scorer. Last time they played, this is a real good image here to kind of pull up. It was 4-2. I will highlights today. And it was an exciting game. And if you guys saw the roster of people that were playing, this game had Balotore at left back. It had Tatarusanu in goal, right? We were playing with Kier and Tomori in center back. And this game, all right, so if I remember it correctly, let me pull up my picture here because it just makes it easier for me to see what the hell I'm looking. So Leao scores a goal in the 6th minute. That's basically like a shot that gets deflected and they end up fucking putting it in the net. So that was something that was interesting to start off with, right? Calabria scores a nice goal that's kind of like bounced around. He ends up getting in. He blasted in. Great goal. Then everything starts to kind of come apart. I don't know if you remember, but there's a game that Ibrahimovic, like by accidentally own goals a goal on a corner kick. This is that game. Then we give up a fucking howler as soon as the second half starts. They tie up. I'm thinking, oh, fuck, here we go again. 2-2 to this bum-ass team. And then all of a sudden we pull it together. It's funny. Benny just scored last week. Well, his first goal was at this fucking game. A nice little screamer shot. We went 3-2. Also, 2 red cards for them. Man, and then Ibra scores a nice little curler to get it to 4-2. So, and that's how it ended. So it was a pretty entertaining game on the other side. But what are you guys expecting, basically, from this week?
Well, we play on a Monday, like Mark says. That thing sucks. I'm gonna be at work, and I've been telling everybody when I'm at work. I don't think I've ever won while me being at work. Always withdrawing, always this and this. So it sucks, but we need this win, especially, what I'm hoping is not that Napoli and Inter drop points and the Zebras drop points, because the Zebras are there, whether we like it or not. They got the AIA with them. So, when you got the AIA with them, 7 points is nothing. So I'm looking for a draw in Atalanta, Napoli, and Zebras versus the Shits. The shit stains. Zero,
I
zero,
call
zero.
that
Hopefully,
the bowl.
yeah.
That's
So I'm looking at that, but I don't want them to like this team to be like, okay, the results went our way. No, whether the results go our way or they don't go our way, you show up in the first 15 minutes. Let's get these goals, and then after, if we get 2 goals, and if you want to defend, you want to defend. But to me, it's time. I'm gonna be at work, so I can't punch a monitor or anything like that. But I don't need no high blood pressure at work. You feel me? Because
no, I,
they
I
just need to
hear
show up.
that.
They need to show up,
Listen,
man.
Gee, tell them you need a mental health day on Monday. That it's just better for you and for everybody else. You're just home at a reasonable time. Timmy, how do you feel about the game on Monday? Terrible time, but
3-0.
confidence level 3-0. He's already in prediction. Tim is ahead of the clear. He said, "Fuck that. We shouldn't even give up a goal." This team, by the way, boys, this team
think
does not
the best
score a goal in over a month. If we give up any goals, that's an embarrassment.
I think the international break came at the best time. Milan haven't been themselves. They've been rocky the last few games leading to the international break. In my opinion, I think was well needed. I think everybody got array. They came back with their confidence. Portugal qualifying, that's great. Leao's going to come back, hot. I think everything worked out. I think it was a perfect timing. I think we're going to come back. We're going to show our dominance again. We're going to score a nice 3 goals and then hopefully continue on a good streak towards the end of the season. I have full confidence in this team to put up 3 goals past Bologna and not get one given to us. So, yeah, especially if if we're doing the duo of Kalulu and Tomori, I'd be happy with that too.
You know what? I would honestly, I mean, we've been in great form. I'd be super surprised if our defense gives up any goals. Like I said, Bologna hasn't scored since sometime in February, guys. So I don't think we should be giving up any goals to this team. And so like for me, if I can see 2-3-0, I think that would be exactly what we would want. Again, I'm still always looking at Napoli saying it'd be great if we have a nice blowout. And you know what? I want to just mention this one thing because Bologna's coach is Mihalovic, right? That's how you pronounce his name. And my man, this is not the first time; it's second time that the guy has to battle cancer, and he beat it the first time. And when I went in 2019, it was actually the time when I believe they first found out that he had cancer, and we were playing Brescia, but they put love from the Curva and a sign basically saying like, we're with you. What's his first name? I can't pronounce his first name.
Sinisa.
Yeah, so they said, Sinisa, we're thinking about you, we're with you, or whatever. Like, that was really cool. And like the fact that the guy again had battled through it and he's still being a coach of a top club in Italy. I mean, for me, I root for the guy. I know he was our coach just for like a tiny little bit, but I like the guy. I think he's a decent. I hope he beats the cancer, but I hope Milan beats the fuck out of the team this week. That's what I want, So me, I'm hoping 3-0, 4-0. That's what I want.
We need a smacking, a slap.
Right.
And they slap. That's what we need.
That's what we need. Not the poor coach, but just
dominance.
a couple of the players on the field. That's what I'm hoping. Gee, what's your prediction on Monday's game?
You know what? I think we're gonna have a 7-0 like that Torino game
Holy
last year.
shit! Gio
We're
said
gonna ball.
touchdown.
We need to make up. We need to make up the goal difference. So 7 points, 7 goals, 7-0 will take us over Napoli. Cause Salad once again, you dummy, you missed that shot. You know that would have gave us the head to head. Now we have to score more goals because of you, and we've been struggling to do that. So you know what? Everybody pick up their head. We're ready to support the team. I know that we say that Macia's not good, Salamaker not good, but when we're watching them, y'all give us high blood pressure, but we're ready to back you. And like, hopefully, you know what? Salad been getting a lot of love recently for like sites like 433 saying that he's one of the players to watch in the World Cup 2022. So Salad, live up to the hype, man. Just don't be a hype on Twitter. Live up to the hype. I know I said that you're a dummy, but that was a dummy move, man. You had an open goal, you threw it into Tribuna. So I'm ready for the whole team to step up. I want Rafael Leao to get 3 goals, Calabria with 2 assists, Theo maybe with 2 goals, and one for Giroud and one for Zlatan. 7.
Wow. Oh, you mentioned Zlatan. My man said 7 guys. All right, I'll tell everybody else. I don't know if we can do 7. Right now, lady just been doing 1, but we'll do 7. We'll do 7. All right, Zlatan, go pass the fucking word on. All right, boys, so that's the prediction. Let's wrap this up here. All right, so final words. Usually we do drink choice, but this week I figured let's do some parting shots. So, Timmy, our guest, what's your parting shot before we go? Excuse me.
Like a shot of alcohol? Is that what you mean? Party
No,
shots?
well, that was a little play on words. I mean,
Okay,
I don't want.
okay.
I usually do drink a choice, and you say what
Yeah.
you think you're going to be fucking with Monday, which we can still do that too, because I got the prompt right here, my man. I'm ready. I got the drink of choice, but I know everybody's gonna be working, so it's gonna be like water or a soda or a fucking milkshake, whatever the fuck you're drinking while I work coffee. Me, I'm leaving work early. I already told my job. I'm taking a mental health break because if you don't want me to knock the computer over at work, you better let me go home early. For us here on the East Coast, the game is 2:45. I believe.
2:45, yeah.
2:45. But it's
Okay,
11:45.
so
G can't even take lunch, otherwise he's not going to be able to eat. He's going to get upset. So, me, I'm going to be home. I'm going to roll
what's your
myself
parting
up.
shot? I want to hear your parting shots, and then I'll decide on
My parting shot and my drink of choice is that I'm coming home Monday. I'm working the whole fucking weekend. I ain't going to tell you guys the whole spiel. Always me. I got to work all weekend like an asshole. But I do. So I told my job already. Monday, I need a half a day. I'm going to use a little PTO time. I'm going to come home. I'm going to pour myself a little Johnny Walker like I usually do. Roll up me a little spliffy, take a couple of hits of the joint, and watch my Milan. Hopefully, it won't give me high blood pressure. That's what I want. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm aiming at. That's my party. My party shot, which is basically, what we need to do. It's the same mentality every week. These are 8 finals now. No team could be overestimated or looked over. Every team that we face, we need to play like this is the final. And when we play Inter in the semifinal, as we keep the pace, and this is a week for them to drop points. Inter, I've never wanted Juve to win more, but I want Juve to keep Inter completely out of the. One more loss will keep Inter 2 games back, possibly games back. Let's hopefully Napoli gets maybe a little unfortunate, a little unlucky, and Atalanta actually shows up. You know how Atalanta does, guys. They show up when they play us. When they play other teams, they don't show up. Everybody plays their hardest when they play Milan, all right? Gasparini's not dancing no more. Those days are over, all right? So hopefully there's a little dancing going on Sunday. And that game's super early. Gee, I hope you're not waking up early to see that game because I don't want you to be upset. It's like the whole day bad, man.
Nah, I gotta wake up to watch the game. Look, my parting shot is team. Let Gio wake up and do the scoreboard watching. You don't worry about no scoreboard watching. We don't need to scoreboard watch. We are on top of the league by 3 points, whether that game in hand and Inter, they want that game in hand to be an automatic 3 points because they're scared. So to me, we're 5 points ahead of them, regardless, because they're in shit form. Hakan van Basten has gone form, but PSA team, just show up. Whether you think you're good enough and not for the team, let's go. We don't need a scoreboard watch no more. You know we're ahead by 3 points. And let's keep the zebras. And the zebras, they can't get any closer, Fabio. I'm sorry to disagree with you. These zebras, man, I don't trust them. We're gonna get another. Oh, and my other parting shot is we have another young referee there. So don't let this young referee decide the game. Let's score 2 to 3 goals in the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll do the 7 that I want, and we'll end up winning easily. Don't let these dummy AIA referees decide the game for us.
Timmy,
Let's get
this is why I love Gio. How the fuck did you know the referee is a new referee? I didn't even see that. I would never thought about that. This guy is in the trenches. He knows the little details.
The stats.
This guy's like, this guy just finished college. He hasn't even coached many City Aggies. I mean, how the hell does G know? That's my question. But Timmy, what's your parting shot for this week, man?
Okay, so my drink will be Tim Hortons coffee. If any of you guys the American,
I like Tim Hortons.
I don't know.
I like Tim Hortons.
You actually know what Tim Hortons is?
Yeah, man. Last time I went to, I'm one of them coffee guys. I either like Dunkin' Donuts shit or whatever's on fucking sale. I might buy it. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
I saw some Tim Hortons decaf once. I was like, I need decaf. Tim Hortons pretty good. I'll buy it. And
all right. Drinking the Canadian coffee. I love it.
Oh yeah, why not? Hortons good, man.
So that's what I'll be drinking at that time because that's my midday coffee when I'm almost falling asleep at the computer.
Yeah, that 2:45 feeling.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll be in front of my computer at work. My other employee will be there, so I don't have to deal with customers. I'll probably be watching the game. Parting shot though, we're not Arsenal. We don't need Pepe. So fuck the rest. We're winning a championship this year, I hope, and that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's focus.
100%.
Let's get Anthony. Please. Fuck. I don't even care if you sign a center back, a striker, nothing. Bring me Anthony because his turnover investment will be worth it for the next 5 years.
You're probably 100% right, man. If Anthony was, we spent the whole budget just on him, I would dare.
I'd be okay.
Yeah. I feel like, you know what? We didn't need Sanchez. We didn't need Botman. We ready without him. We could do it with another year.
Spend the whole value. Fuck the rest.
I know you agree with that. I know you would. You would go.
I'll buy all 3 jerseys. I'll buy all 3 jerseys, even that stupid jersey that they just.
Oh, don't tempt me, man. I think I pulled it up here for a second. I want to make sure we saw it before we left because it's such a beauty.
I'll buy it. I'll be the first one to show it off in the chat. I can guarantee it.
Listen, guys, tomorrow morning. I know we think it's April Fool's, but this might pop up on your feed tomorrow. So just take a look.
Puma.ca has it, and there's a discount code. I'll buy it.
All right, boys, let's wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Of course, G. Always a pleasure. Tim, thank you so much for joining us, man.
No worries, man.
Tim's podcast, Various Views podcast. And thank you guys again for being here with us. And we're celebrating another one win, and we are 1 week closer to Mark. Thank you for watching, brother. Ciao, Fratelli, my man.
Get that David jersey ready for me, buddy.
Oh man, listen, Mark.
And I just want to say something to everybody. To everybody out watching, if you're not on the bus right now, the price will go up on Monday if we get these 3 points. And Mark will be charging $150 US to get on the bus. If you're not on the bus right now, get your tickets.
That's a lot of Canadian Monopoly money, man.
Oh, Mark is with him. Yeah, for real. Get on the bus. We're almost there, man. Don't let this shit. Don't let the damn, I can't even talk anymore. The PTSD from the past season get down, man. This is the chance. This is why we're Milan fans, because we believe the red and black are champion material every year, and we're right there, man. So eight games to go after Monday. I hope we're sitting pretty, and we got 7 left, 7 finals, man. But all right, boys, thank you so much for joining me here. It's another episode of Milan Coast to Coast. Check us next week on And please hit the like and subscribe button. And we check you guys next week. Peace out, everybody. Good night, boys. And always,
Forza Milan, let's go.
Forza Milan, baby.
Milan.
Forza Milan. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.